Hello, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us for today's webinar. This is Ticket Sign Up 101. A few housekeeping notes just before we get started. Today's webinar will be recorded and we will send out the recording by email within about 24 hours. So if you missed something, you will be able to refer back to that. If you do have any questions throughout this, please use the questions section of your GoToWebinar module. You can usually find that on the left side of your screen, and I will be answering questions throughout the webinar. If we don't get to any of your questions, or if any of your questions is a little too specific to your event to make sense today, we will follow up with you after as well. I think that's it. I'm going to turn it over to Jake.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. I'm Cam. This is Jake here with us. We're going to just take you through this. First, we're going to just go through a quick agenda, what we're going to be covering today. So we're going to go a little bit about us, types of different ticketing events, simple and advanced tickets, and kind of how to tell the difference between them. Demo, we're going to go through a quick demo of the platform. Jake will be leading us in that. And then we're going to go through a few follow-ups at the end. So first, we're going to start with about us, who we are, who's TicketSignup, and what are we all about. So TicketSignup, we have processed over $1.4 billion for our customers and helped them raise that money through over 26,000 different events. We've created a free and easy to use software, event software that can fully control both the registration of those tickets, the purchasing, and the checking in on site to really help you guys out and grow your events overall. Just a little bit more about us. We do have simple and complex multi-day events. You can have custom questions, custom waivers, and notifications that are sent out to all of your attendees. We do have refund policy and chargeback management, which is really key for any of those events that you're going to be hosting. We do have the ability to add in a merch store, so you can sell some extra merch and boost those profit margins for the event. We have a free photo platform built into the system. There's self-serve ticket management, so attendees can actually manage their own tickets if they need to change dates or maybe even pass them on to someone else. We have mobile check-in that allows for a very easy and seamless way to check in people on site just by using a tablet, a phone, or your laptop. And tickets are free if they are free, so there's no pricing or anything like that for a free event. Also, you're going to get free websites and free email marketing, all included with the platform. So just a few different types of events. We're going to go through some traditional, some out of the box, and then we're going to cover tickets versus registrations and maybe when to use the two different options you have there. So traditional tickets are things like music festivals, golf tournaments, a beer or wine tasting event, galas, luncheons, dinners, lunch and learns that you might be having, Halloween events like corn mazes and hunts, holiday light shows like drive-through Christmas shows, anything really that you can think of that you'd want to have those registrations coming through and have people have those attendees have a ticket for admittance. Some of the out of the box ones that you might be planning are things like pet voting for a pageant or some sort of contest there. If you're doing a scavenger hunt, that's a great option to use us for. If you're having a virtual cooking class and need to send out those email alerts and registrations so that people can log in and join, that's a great option. Oyster roasts, seafood boils, barbecue fest. If you're having a fashion show, we even have a monster truck event that's using us for their event. And even things like other food and wine festivals that you might be having. So just a little bit difference between the tickets and a registration. So you might want to use the registration platforms that we offer if you need to collect extensive information, if you need to have multiple interactions, waivers, participant management, results even, that would be a time to use our registration platform. If you don't need as much information from each person or just need it from the ticket purchaser, then that's a great opportunity to use that ticket platform. We'll show you on the next slide some different examples, but if you ever have questions about if your event should go into registrations or use our ticket platform, just reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you out with those. So you can see here, if you're doing a race or a 5K, that's going to be a great opportunity for a registration event. You'll be taking information from each person, maybe contact information, t-shirt sizing, things like that from each individual person that's getting a ticket to the event. The ticketing platform is great if you want to buy bulk tickets. So maybe me and 10 of my friends want to go to the spooky Halloween walk. I can buy 10 tickets right there, put in my information as the purchaser, and then when we show up, we can all check in at one time there. So it's a really great platform for buying in bulk, or when you don't need as much information from each individual participant. So just some simple tickets versus some advanced tickets. I'm going to cover the simple ones, and then Jake's going to take over with the advanced. So a simple ticketing event can be something that's set up in just a few minutes. It's set up in step 2 of the ticket wizard. Events with typically one or just a few ticket options that you want to offer are great examples of a simple ticketing event. Something like general admission and a VIP option. They can be set up with ticket caps across each individual event, or if you wanted to have cross, 1,500 for the entire event, you can do that as well. So here's an example of a poker night. It's a 1 ticket option. You can just buy a seat, but obviously as I go in, you can see on that slide that I can purchase as many tickets as I want. So I can put 5, 6, 7 different tickets to buy as a bunch of friends going out to this poker night. No information is needed on those ticket holders. We just want to have the tickets available. Here you see an example of a virtual cooking event that they're having. So you might need more information from each person, and that's fine, because you might need their email so that you can send them out the link instead of having one person responsible for everyone that they signed up at the same time. So here, if you wanted to do that, you could just have multiple tickets purchased on that same one. Here's an example of a golf tournament. So this would be like a 5-ticket option. So they have single player and team options for both an AM and a PM slot. There's also 1 extra ticket option for a sponsor. So again, even though there's 5 different tickets, it's still considered pretty simple as far as the setup goes. You're just going to set up those 5 options, and then people can select how many of each option they want to receive. And then finally, here's another simple option of a scavenger hunt. You can see that there's the 3 different options. You can have a 2-person team, a 3-person team, or a 4-person team. And we're just going to be collecting basic information then from each person, the name and the t-shirt size. But we don't necessarily need contact information on each individual person, just the ticket holders or the ticket purchaser there. And then Jake's going to take over with the advanced ticketing.
Thanks, Cam. So as Cameron mentioned, with some simple events where you're only offering 1 or 2 or just a couple basic ticket options, just going through the simple tickets is probably best. But sometimes we've come into events where you might have multiple different options where you want to group them together. So I'm going to run through, it'll make a little bit more sense when I go into the demo portion as well, but we do offer some advanced tickets. So you're able to enable that from your ticket dashboard, and it can group your tickets. So think like different event days. So if you have a Friday event as well as a Saturday event in different time slots that you want to include, advanced tickets might be best for that. You can also set caps and transaction limits by ticket, multi-ticket, or ticket group, as well as even cross-ticket groups. And then we even have ticket combo ticket options. So for example, buy 2 adult tickets, receive 2 kid tickets for free. So some neat things that you can do and play with our tools just to get the pricing and the different ticketing right for your event. So this is an advanced or an example of an event that used the advanced tickets. It was a Chicago Beer Fest. So what they did actually is they had 8 different time slots over 3 different days. So for example, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday, where they were selling 8 different slots for those days. And each of those time slots was actually capped at 400 tickets just to keep the amount of people down for each of those events. It was a simple buying process where it only collected the purchaser's information. And they also used our check-in app to track the tickets that were sold and those folks that were showing up for each of those time slots. They had some great results for this event as well. They had a 110% increase in ticket sales and a 227% increase in revenue. So this is a really neat event that actually was just recently set up. It is a motorsports and monster truck show that takes place at a winery. And they have 2 different ticket groups. So they set up a Saturday and a Sunday ticket group, and they have 4 different options under each of those days. So for example, on Saturday, you can purchase a child ticket, an adult ticket, and they have a few other options as well, and the same with Sunday. So golf outings, oftentimes we choose to use our advanced tickets for golf outings, especially when there's different sponsorships that you can purchase as well. Kind of a rule of thumb is if you're setting up sponsorships as a ticket group, usually advanced tickets is the way to go, because you can display the different sponsorship levels under that ticket group of sponsors. So for example, a premier sponsor, a silver sponsor, program sponsorship, all under that one ticket group. Another event where advanced tickets might make sense would be a convention or an expo or a symposium type event. So with this event, it was a communications conference, and they had different ticket groups with one or multi-day options. So they had the non-convention as well as the summit or both options, and the tickets were broken down and priced by the type of attendee. So I'm actually going to jump into a little bit of a demonstration. So I'm going to walk through the process of setting up a ticket event. I'll go through simple tickets as well as turning on advanced. We'll kind of build out the event site just to give you a look and feel of, one, the simplicity of our tools, how easy it is to use, as well as what you can make the event page looking like. So Cam, can you still see my screen? Perfect.
Yes, I can.
So to get an event started, you go to TicketSignup.io, and you'll notice here we also have 2 other divisions. So you have RunSignup as well as GiveSignup. So we have a full registration platform. So if you're looking to set up a run, walk, ride, a 5K, a marathon, RunSignup is probably the best fit for that because it's using a registration platform. We also have a division that's purpose-built for nonprofit organizations, which would be GiveSignup. They also have access to this exact same ticket platform that I'm going to show today on TicketSignup. But with GiveSignup, you also have access to the registration platform for a nonprofit run, walk, ride, as well as standalone donation forms. But for today, I'm going to get started on a ticket event. So you hit this Get Started Free button. It's then going to take you to our setup wizard. So what the setup wizard is, it's going to take you through basically 3 easy steps to create the basic information of the event. For today's purpose, just for time's sake, I actually started filling out the wizard already, just so I can kind of fly through this. And I'm going to start with step 1, and we'll run through each of these. So the first is going to be just the event name. So the name of the event that you're creating. Is your organization a nonprofit? Yes, no. The type of event. So today I'm going to do a TicketSignup Autumn Music Festival. We're going to set this up as a concert or music festival. You then have the event date and time. The event description, I usually recommend keeping it pretty basic just on the setup. You can always come back to this once you get into our dashboard and really build out the description and details of the event. But just to get through these first couple steps on the wizard, you can kind of keep it pretty basic on the description. An event logo, so if you have a nice logo, we'll also have a place where you can insert like banner images and photos and pictures. You can upload those. The contact information, so that would be your email address. So as folks are signing up, and also the contact information for those that need information on the event and request someone to reach out. The location of the event, so I'm going to go ahead and set this event up at Hampton Park, which is a nice little park here in Charleston. The event visibility, so you have 3 options here on the visibility. Draft mode is typically what folks start the event in. In draft mode, it's not able to be searchable on Google, and it's really as you're kind of building out and making changes. You can also set it in private mode where you'll have access to signing up for the event. Anyone that you send the event to will have access to it, but again, it's not searchable on your search engines. Or if you go ahead and put it in public, then it's ready to go. And when folks are searching on Google, music festival in Charleston, South Carolina, they'll be able to find this event. You also have the option to turn on donations. So if you're a nonprofit or you're partnering with a nonprofit for your event, it's a great opportunity to turn on those donations. It's just an additional way for folks to again, make that donation along that purchase path. It's a great fit that's purpose-built for nonprofits. But if you're not a nonprofit or not partnering with a nonprofit for this event, then there'd be no need for donations. And then it's also going to ask some basic information on the event history. Just the first year that you're setting up the event, approximately how many attendees. This isn't going to be customer facing. This is more for our support team, so we can make sure that we get the right resources in your hands for your event. You'll then hit the save and continue. I'm going to go ahead and jump up to step 2 because, again, I already have this filled out. Now, this is where you're going to set up the different ticket groups. So when Cameron was talking about simple tickets, then I jumped in and talked about some advanced ticket options. This is where you can set that up. So if it's a basic event where you might have 1 or 2 ticket options, just setting those up here in the tickets is the way to go. But if you're thinking it's going to be a little bit more advanced tickets where you're going to want to group them together and have multiple options under each group, then what I would actually recommend doing is just those ticket groups in the pricing, set them up as the groups that you want to separate them for. So for example, for this event, it's a music festival that I'm going to have run on a Saturday and a Sunday. I'm also going to have a full weekend pass, but I want under each of these groups. So under Saturday, I want to have multiple options. Under Sunday, I want to have multiple options like a child ticket, an adult ticket, a VIP ticket. So here, I'm just going to set up the groups, and then I'm going to jump into the advanced tickets here in a little bit. So I'll then save and continue, and it's going to take me to step 3. And this is where you're going to set up the payment account information. So what the payment account is doing is now as folks are buying tickets or making a donation to your event, those funds are then going to go into what we call your payment account. It's almost like a bank account with TicketSignup. So you can receive the revenue and the funds that are coming in for that event. And we'll actually pay those funds out. So the tickets that are being purchased and those donations that are being made, we're going to pay those out every Tuesday, even leading up to your event if you have direct deposit set up with your event. So you have a couple options here. You can certainly create a new payment account if you've never used any of our tools before. If you've maybe set up an account in the past, whether it be with RunSignup or GiveSignup or even TicketSignup, you can use your payment account that might already be existing with us, like I have here, where I can just easily check off the payment account that's already been set up. And then we also have some other options as well. So if you don't necessarily have that financial information to set that payment account up, you can send it to your CFO or you can set up later as well. It then gives you the options of how you want those processing fees handled. So our platform is free to use. There's no subscriptions, there's no setup fees, there's no length of term contracts. You're able to set up these events with no commitment or no cost to your organization. How we make our revenue as a company is just through the processing fees on transactions. So you as the event organizer, you have a few different options on how you want that processing fee handled. You can either pass that processing fee on to your ticket purchasers, which we see probably most common with an event. So if the event is $25, then the ticket purchaser will pay the processing fee and you'll receive the full $25 for that ticket. But you also have the choice to choose to have that processing fee come out of the charge as well. And that's handled at the time of transaction. We're never going to send you a bill or an invoice. You'll have all the reporting, and I'll show that here in a little bit. So for today's sake, I'm going to pass that processing fee on to the registrant. I'll then hit save and continue. And congratulations, your event's set up. And you can go to your dashboard or you can visit your website. So I'm actually going to jump over into the dashboard and we'll walk through a few more of these customization steps as well. So first thing I'll do before I start building out this event site is I'm going to hit view website and I'll show you what the event looks like now before we start building it out a little bit more in detail. So if I hit this view website, it's pretty straightforward, pretty basic. You have TicketSignup Auto Music Fest, you have the logo that I uploaded, and then you have those 3 tickets, the Saturday, the Sunday, and the full weekend pass. Doesn't look great, but it's a good start. So I'm gonna X out of this, and I'm gonna jump back into this dashboard, and I'm gonna start building out this event a little bit more. So first thing I'll do is I'm gonna set up the color scheme. We have a couple pre-built options. You can also add your own custom color scheme if you choose as well. It's an autumn music festival, so the fall theme seems like it should fit pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that. You can then continue on this path and set up the logo, which I already did. You can add a banner image here, some social media share options, custom wording, or you can even set up what we call a cover page. So you have a couple of different options here. I tend to lean toward enabling the cover page, and I'll show you here what that looks like in a second. So if you turn that cover page option on, what this does, it just allows for a little bit more customization on your event page. So it's pretty straightforward once you set up and enable the cover page, where it's just click in setup or drag and drop. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a header banner to this this event page. So I'm going to name this section banner, and I'm going to add a background image. So I'm going to choose an image, and I already have one saved here. So we're going to add this Ticket Signup Autumn Music Fest. I'm going to turn off the overlay cover. So you have an option. Basically what an overlay cover is, it's almost like a shaded version of that banner image. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to display this image without cropping. And I'm going to save this. So we can go ahead and view the website now just to see what those quick changes did. So see, now I have the banner image for the event. The ticket tiles are no longer visible. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in, and I'm going to add in a content section. I'm going to add a data component, and it's going to give me, so we'll call this event tiles. So I have a couple different options. I can add social media, data type, event tiles, a donation goal thermometer. I'm going to add these event tiles for now. So now when I refresh this page, it's going to add in that Saturday, that Sunday, and that full weekend pass options. I could spend 30 minutes going over the cover page and all the different neat tricks that you can do and components that you can add to it, like a countdown clock or a donation goal thermometer. But for today's sake, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and I'm gonna jump into the ticketing. I know we spent some time in the slides talking about simple tickets versus advanced tickets. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn those advanced tickets on to add those adult tickets and child tickets and VIP options to my Saturday, Sunday, and full weekend pass ticket groups. So on the dashboard, we have a really neat feature called the Smart Search. So it kind of is what it self-explanatory, Smart Search. So you can, whenever you're searching for something in our dashboard, if you just start typing in, so for example, if I want to turn on advanced tickets, I just start typing in advanced, it'll take me right to the place where I can turn that on. So if I go ahead and enable advanced tickets, what this now does is it takes that Saturday and that Sunday and that full weekend pass tickets, and it turns them into what we call ticket groups. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit this arrow on the right-hand side, and I'm going to edit this ticket group, and I'm going to call this Saturday tickets. I'm going to call this one Sunday tickets. And we'll call this one full weekend pass. I'll save it. So now I can go into the pricing for these tickets. So I have the ticket groups now, Saturday, Sunday, and full weekend pass. And I can actually start building out those tickets. So if I want to add a ticket group, or so if I go into the setup of the tickets and I want to add tickets. So we got Saturday, Sunday, the full weekend pass. I'm actually going to change the name of this first ticket. I'm going to call this one general admission adult. I'm going to add a ticket for Saturday, and we'll call this one general admission child. And then we'll add a VIP all access. So apologize for the redundancy here, but we're going to do the same thing for all three of these ticket groups. So we'll edit this first one. We'll call this one general admission adult. We'll add a ticket, call this general admission child. And then we can add the VIP all access. We'll do this one last time for the full weekend pass. Child. And VIP all access. I'm going to save. So now I have 3 different ticket groups. I have 3 different ticket options under each of those ticket groups. And then what's next is we'll jump into the pricing for each of these tickets. So first we have the Saturday tickets. We'll keep the general admission adult ticket at $30. Let's put in a child ticket at $15. Let's do a VIP all access at $75. We'll save that. We'll build out Sunday's pricing. So the same, 15, 75. We'll save that. And then lastly, we'll do the full weekend. And let's do this one. So since it's a full weekend, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. So we'll do general admission for adult 50, general admission for a child 20, and the full VIP would be 120. So let's save that. So I did a lot there. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's refresh the screen and see the changes that have been made. So we got the banner image on the top. We have a logo here. Then you have the Saturday tickets, the Sunday tickets, and the full weekend pass. So myself as a ticket purchaser, if I just wanted to buy tickets for Saturday, hit the sign up button, and it's going to give me options now. I can choose the number of adult tickets that I want to buy, the number of child tickets or VIP tickets that I want to purchase for that day. So it's kind of a quick rundown on how you can set up the ticket options. Again, simple tickets, no need to do the ticket groupings if you really only have 1 or 2 different ticket options. But if you have a festival like this where it's multiple days and time slots and options under each of those days, we would recommend the advanced tickets. And we have some setup guides that can help you along that process, or you can reach out to someone on the team and we'd be more than happy to jump on a call, talk through your event and help you set up those ticket groups. So I'm going to jump back into the dashboard and I'm just going to point out kind of rapid fire some of the features that you have in the dashboard. So if I use the smart search and I want to jump into information collection, so you're able to customize for each of your tickets and your ticket groups the type of information that's collected, whether it's just basic information or if you want to add more advanced information that's collected. So for example, I jump into Saturday tickets. Right now, what's required is just first name, last name, email address to buy a ticket. But if I wanted to also require a date of birth, or if I wanted to require a street address, sometimes where that might come into play, date of birth. If it's a beer festival where it's 21 and over, I might want to require that date of birth just to confirm that they're over 21 years old. I can also choose to require this information per ticket or per purchase. So what I mean by that, if I buy 2 tickets for this festival, one for myself and one for my wife, right now it's only going to ask for my first name, last name, and email address. But if I turn on per ticket information, now it's going to ask for my first name, last name, and email, and also my wife's as well, just so you as the event organizer has all that information that you want. So very customizable on that information that you want to collect. We also have the ability to set up custom questions. So if, again, in that smart search, you type in questions, you can also build out custom questions. So sometimes where this comes into play is think of like a gala event or a banquet dinner. Maybe you have different meal options and you want the ticket purchaser to choose between those meal options, or a vegetarian or non-vegetarian option. So you can really build out any type of question, collect the information that you want to collect. I'm working with a few veteran organizations right now, and they're asking the area of service that was served in the military. Just again, they can collect that information for their event. And then you have options if you want to do it as check boxes, radio buttons, select menus, even essays. So again, very flexible on that information. We talked about ticket caps a little bit earlier. So if I type in ticket caps, so what a ticket cap is let's take this festival example as an example. We have a Saturday, we have a Sunday. We might want to cap the number of tickets and attendees for each of those days, just so one day is not, overflowing with capacity and the other day not. So you can put in caps for different tickets, ticket levels, or even cross caps for the entire event if you do want to limit it and cap it at capacity and availability. We also have the ability to set up coupon codes. So where would a coupon code come into play? Maybe you have a sponsor that gets a handful of free admissions or free tickets. You could set up a coupon code to send out to that sponsor that has a limit on the number of times that coupon code's used. Or maybe you have past attendees that you want to send a coupon that's 25% off of this year's event. So lots of different ways that you can create those coupons, whether it's a percentage off or a dollar off or dollar amount off. And then we also have email marketing that's free to use as well, where you can set up, create custom emails, upload custom lists, and again, send those coupon codes out as you choose. I'm going to touch on reporting here as well. So you have a couple of different reports that you can pull. So you have your ticket purchase reports, and you also have your individual tickets as well. So let me actually jump into another event dashboard that I have a little bit more built out and some tickets in there. So if I go into my reporting here, you can see I have my ticket purchase report. So this is for each kind of transaction that happened and the number of tickets that were purchased. I could also go into individual tickets, and it goes through each actual ticket that was sold. I could group this by day, by ticket group. So if I just wanted to see only my Saturday tickets or only my Sunday tickets, I have the ability to do that. If I want to display the custom question responses as well, again, I can kind of manipulate that report to get that information that I want and need. And then I can also download these reports as a CSV or an Excel file if I need to upload it or import it into another database of choice. One other thing that I'll touch on here is we also have, when you create your events, we automatically populate a couple QR codes for you as well. So a couple ways that this can be helpful. So we have a QR code that's generated for your home page, so that event page that we created. We have a QR code that's created for your purchase tickets link. So right from the purchase path with the different ticket options, as well as a donation link. So I'm going to run through each of these and kind of talk through when it might be relevant. So the homepage link, pretty straightforward. A QR code might be great if you have an event where you're going to create some banners around town and post those up where folks can then just scan that QR code and go right to your homepage for the event. The QR code for the purchase tickets link, this might be great right for the gate. So as folks walk up to the gate, maybe they didn't purchase a ticket pre-sale, they can scan that QR code and purchase their ticket, and it can cut down on lines from a box office or even staffing that would need to sell those tickets. The donation link, if you partner with a nonprofit, or if you are a nonprofit and you're accepting donations or encouraging donations for your event, maybe you post this QR code throughout the event, maybe at a table of a gala or inside of the festival with some information on the mission, the organization, and how they can give back. So now folks can just walk up, scan their phone over the QR code, and easily make a donation for the event. The last thing that I'll walk through on the demo portion is I'm going to quickly just run through a purchase of a ticket just so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to view this website, same sort of banner image that I used, just built out a little bit more. You'll see I also added some additional pages for set times of the festival, parking information, vendors as well, so some neat things you can do there. I added a countdown clock that kind of counts you down to the event, as well as uploaded a video. So lots of things that you can do that we didn't really show today, and we have some webinars that'll dive into a little bit more detail on those. But if I just wanted to purchase a ticket, so let's say I want to buy one general admission adult ticket, I'll continue. Again, if I'm a nonprofit or if I'm partnering with a nonprofit, you can ask for that additional donation along that purchase. If there's store items that you'd like to sell as well, we can not only help sell those items along that ticket purchase path, but also manage the inventory of those items. So different t-shirt sizes, different colors of koozies, But I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to go ahead and type in that free 100 coupon code that I created. So you'll see here now, the total is $0. I'm going to confirm, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purchase this ticket. A couple of things happen now. Obviously now the reporting on the back end for your team and your staff, you'll be able to see that purchase. But myself as the ticket purchaser, I now get an email with a QR code for the event and kind of the details of the event that I can now take to the event. Your staff can use our check-in app, scan my QR code, and check me in for the festival. So that kind of concludes our demo portion today. I'm going to jump back into the slides, just a couple wrap-up slides here before we part ways, and to turn it over for some questions. So what we charge, we talked about this a little bit earlier. So our tools, they're all free to set up. There's no subscriptions, there's no setup fees, there's no length of term contracts. How we make money as a company is just through the processing on transactions. So our processing fees, it's $1 plus 6%, and that's per transaction, not per ticket. So that's sort of what sets us aside a little bit from maybe some other technology vendors out there that charge a processing fee per ticket. So if I buy 4 tickets, that's one transaction. It's going to be $1 plus 6% of that entire cart. If it's a free event where there's no price to the ticket, it's just an RSVP, there's no processing fee on those events. So those are absolutely free. If my transaction is over $250, that processing fee drops down a bit, so it would be $1 plus 5%. And if it's a transaction that's over $1,000, sometimes like sponsorships or tables for a gala, or if I'm buying multiple festival tickets, it's going to drop down to $1 plus 4%. A few other things that I didn't cover today of what's included. So we talked about the free website and showed kind of how that looks and how you can customize that free website. We also have free email marketing. So whether that's promotional emails for your event or transactional emails to kind of let them know where, when, how for your event. Some marketing tools like our referral rewards, donation discounts, some neat things that we can do to help promote your event. We have a photo platform, and then I did walk through the QR codes a bit. And then we have also a free check-in app that'll really help streamline things for your staff on event day. I think that wraps it up. I'm going to turn it over to Johanna. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. And are we doing any questions?
I don't think so far I have any that we have not gotten to. I'll give it another 30 seconds or so if someone has anything else that they want to get in at the last minute.
Well, great. Well, I really appreciate everybody joining us today. This is recorded, so we'll go ahead and send it out. And if you weren't able to attend, you'll be getting this as well. So again, thank you for joining.
One last question that came in that is relevant. Does pricing cover credit card costs?
Yes, really good question. So I'm going to jump back to the slide. So everything you see here, this is everything. So this is platform, credit card, everything included in that $1 plus 6%. And that's all credit cards. So whether it's Amex, Capital One, MasterCard, it's all $1 plus 6%. And that's everything in that full fee.
I think that is all I see. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.